not yet completed your training. You must still learn how to master the ways of falling down on the 1 yard line. I know Master Montgomery One Kenobi, but I feel a dark presence in the Force. Darth Victor. He haunts me. I must go and face him. Very well. I sense a great running back in you, young Padawan. You will lead us to many championships and destroy the dynasty. Ha 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 ha. The rebels are scattering. Activate the Death Ra Saint Brown and destroy the Jedi for good. Thank you, DK-14. Kenneth, I noticed you were not with the rebels during the second half of the Seahawks game. Have you come to watch the destruction of the Jedi? No, Darth Victor. I've come to bring you into the ways of the light side of the Force. Impossible. Kenneth, I am your father. No. What up, boys? It's week 8. Another recap of week 8. The first ever mid-season no bye week. We're going to start by doing the precaps. Right now it is Tuesday, so obviously can't do it, so I'm going to have to switch it over to past quiz. And past quiz is going to give you the predictions. I'll be right back. So, past Jack here. Jacques from the past. I'm going to be doing the predictions. Today is Thursday. It's about 12:30. You see that? Little there, Thursday 26th October. Okay, let's take a look at the matchups. Let's start with Mesh versus Olvi. There's no buys this week. It's a big plus for Mesh because Mesh at full strength, yeah, probably smokes Olvi. Olvi's spiraling right now. Right now we have Mesh that's starting a 5th round pick and a waiver pickup at wide receiver right now. Both look like studs, about to take down the only guy left from the big 3 from last year. JJF's down with an injury. Cooper Kupp is probably going to be riding Kurtz's bench in 2 weeks. And yeah, Jamar Chase, last guy. He had a few big games. We'll see. Jonathan Taylor's back, but Josh Jacobs is due. Last year All-Pro. The guy's going to start running soon once that offense figures out who their quarterback is. Maybe send Derek Carr back. He just looks like crap in New Orleans, you know. Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs versus Sam Laporta Monday night, it's not even going to matter. Mesh is already going to be up by a nice amount, taking Mesh. Next matchup, Max versus Quez. Quez as in not me, and then Danny Taub. Yeah, Max, you got this one. Danny Taub coming off the first ever back-to-back regular season win. But it's going to end now that they're being faced with a 4-3 Max, whose team looks a little bit better than his record right now. his quarterbacks, they're there. Sturt is about to die, but until he dies, this guy's capable of putting up 30 points. Um, 31, just like his age, maybe. But damn. Yeah, it's uh, it's gonna be a. I don't know if it's gonna be a close one. I think it's gonna be a high scoring one. I think while Quiz uh, doesn't have the win, they still have enough offense. I think the dark horse championship for this year, Max Allen, is gonna come out with the win. Next is Kurtz versus Mike. Kurtz has been making moves. He's been making trades, taking wide receivers, sending wide receivers. He's playing for the win now. Michael Goldstein, I hope he's not sleeping in first because he's about to get waken up. He's going to need to start making his moves now. Try to solidify that one seed, which he'll still have after this week, I think, unless Kurtz beats him. I don't know, head to head points. I'm not sure what the points are, but yeah, Goldstein. Just because you're in first doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. I think Kurtz is going to win. His wide receivers are stacked. Running backs are playing well. Um, the guy has had no slowdown since the loss to Chubb and Kyler. It's damn. This team is the best team in the league, if you ask me. I think it's there's no mistakes. There's no weaknesses. It's going to be tough for anyone to beat Kurtz, especially the one seed. Um, sorry, but taking Kurtz. Kurtz in the spread. So Ted versus Madelon. I don't know. This matchup's driving me nuts. Both these teams look bad. Madelon starting two Falcons tight ends, and Teddy Beta is starting three Packers. Not even Jordan Love. Um, Ted, my advice for you. Well, you're not gonna see this till after, but yeah, don't start Aaron Jones. Just put in someone else. AJ Dillon might even be better. I would let him start both. I don't even know. But yeah, Ted Ezra squad, two relying on boom and bust games. Um, the biggest pro this week is that Moore and Diggs are both playing on prime time, and we know what they could do on prime time, especially Moore. Um, by Moore, I mean more points, 50 points on Thursday night. But now we have Diggs on Thursday night. Ooh, let's see. These teams are both roller coasters. Could go up, could go down. Do go up, do go down. A lot of screaming, a lot of pain. But I'm giving the edge to Ted and Ezra. You know, I think that's just what it is. Tough. I mean, how are you starting two Falcons tight ends? It doesn't make whatever. Last matchup. Um, I've been using my brain to make these picks so far, but um, I think right now it's gonna be using my heart. I want to win. I'm not projected to win. I need to win. I don't really have the stars right now. Um, Watson is just showed up week one and then disappeared. Um, see, I don't know. I have the running backs to beat Vic. Vic's the only guy who's running back might be better than me, but I don't know. Eckler doesn't look so strong. Devontae Adams is playing well. I don't know. I feel like if Devontae Adams has a bad game, it's probably just because of some front office trade bullshit that's going on. Trade deadline's on Tuesday, by the way, or I think it's Tuesday, Halloween. Um, Probably something like, don't throw Devontae Adams the ball. We're gonna move him. Um, so we don't want his points. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think also all the other teams I picked are 4-3. Mesh, Max, Kurtz, and Ted, all 4-3, and I'm also 4-3. So why not? OCT, complete the set. Got to collect them all. But yeah, my running backs are gonna have to take this for me. Haven't decided yet if I want to put in Michael Thomas or someone else, but if I do put in Michael Thomas, that's three Saints again, and it didn't work out for me last week as predicted by Victor Allen. And yeah, um, we'll see what happens. Thank you. Well, that was fun. We'll see if I have enough time to actually edit that and make it look as clean as possible. Pretty lazy. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a skit. Who knows? I mean, you already know because it'll be before the video. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about my matchup first. Went 2 for 5 on the guesses, but I'm counting it as a 3 for 5 because Teddy did not start CD Lamb for some reason. I guess we'll start with Teddy. Yeah, I don't know. Aaron Jones might be actually washed. Hawkinson's a stud. CD Lamb put up 40 on his bench, so bench warmer of the year. Actually, no. It would still be Akne in week 2 or 3 whenever they played the Broncos. But yeah, Madelon just showed up. All those guys performed well. I think he did not want to start Madison. Put him in anyways. Literally anyone else from his bench would have been better. But yeah, his team showed up. Nothing to say about that. This is like the classic what we see from Madelon in the playoffs. You know, plays well. Teddy Beta is Christian Watson over CD. Are you like, come on? It's like he's not trying to win. It's like he's trying to rebuild or something. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see Madelon. This guy's team is way too fluky to be trustable. Teddy's put up a respectable amount of points. Probably would have beat half the teams in this league, but it is what it is. I don't know. I have no words. CD Lamb, like, do you want to trade him? Is that why he's on your bench? Like Devontae Adams getting one target yesterday? I wasn't watching. I was playing poker. He's trying to get a trade. We don't know if he got traded yet. Maybe he did. Next matchup. Me versus Vic. Yeah, this was a big one for me. Victor ended up putting up the least amount of points in the league, so I would have won regardless, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure any starting lineup I could have put out would have won. Unless I took out Travis Etienne, which I wouldn't do. Jake Ferguson and Luke Musgrave, actually. Maybe Musgrave? I don't know. But I was watching. Eckler fumbled on the last game. I wanted to see if that was going to be interesting. It wasn't. It wasn't even close. I think Victor lost by halftime. That's it. Yeah. All his guys went under projection, except for Eckler, which is a scam because he should be projected 30 every week. Whatever. Etienne's legit. He's legit. Kenneth Walker, bad game. But he still averaged like 10 yards a carry. Marquise Brown, garbage time touchdown. I'll take it. Why not? Kyler Murray's coming back next week. Cortland Sutton and Michael Thomas, the OGs, original drafters. Those guys are just going to be solid 10 every week. QJ had a show-up game. People have been saying he can't get 50 yards. Guess what? He got exactly 50 yards. That's a sign. And I don't know. Jahan Dotson is the guy. He's not. I mean, like, I put up 120 points, and I won. That's not enough. I'm going to have to do better. Maybe I get Trey McBride. We'll see. This is what it is. Victor's toast. Victor is toast. Your team's done, my guy. I know you already sold your whole team. Can't really sell much more. But talk to me. I'll take on Monroe. Take him very nice. So, yeah. Max Salem next. He showed up again. Again, another team that put up 120 something points and won. Let's not read too much into it. His quarterbacks had half his team's points. He has no wide receivers. Garrett Wilson had, I think it was like, 3 and 50 yards on the last drive of the game in overtime. So, yeah, you got to look at the in between the lines. Max, you need a wide receiver. You might need a running back also. Bijan's not the guy. Saquon, 35 carries, 36 carries, 128 yards. Why not? Yeah, let's look at Quez's team. Quez had no one perform. But I guess it's still they're just like trying things out. I think for these guys, it's like doesn't really matter who you started. You just want your bench guys to play well, which they didn't. But that's what they're looking for. Drop your Chiefs receivers. Mahomes doesn't know how to throw a ball unless it's to a tight end. Um, yeah, Ritter got benched because he sucked. Important thing to watch out on. And Kenny Pickett is injured. Deal boy. So we're praying for him. Does anyone like? Oh, now this is the Sunday Night Flex matchup for the one game behind one seed, or if you're Kurtz, now you're in fourth place because me and Max both won. It's going to be an interesting playoffs, that's for sure. No Victor, no Teddy. Mash might sneak in. It's going to be interesting. But Ovi is playing well also. He might get in there. We're talking about a different match right now. Yeah, Goldstein. This was an absolute fist fight. This matchup. Oh man, Geno Smith, garbage time. Dak Prescott had the game of his career. Um, his Dolphins combined for 50. Josh Downs is the guy. I picked him up in my other league. He's actually a guy. This guy's. I like him. And then yeah, with that match with like a near perfect lineup, I think the only point more he could have got was Minshew over Geno, but like that's half a point, 1.5 points, whatever. If Goldie keeps managing like this, I mean, yeah, perfect flex. I mean, he doesn't really have anyone else, but yeah, the depth is going to be a problem, but I think he's fine. I think he's fine. Kurtz, on the other hand, fantastic, fantastic game. Um, is Cooper Cup destroyed you? You lost to yourself, honestly. You didn't have any guys on your bench that would have beat Goldie, and he put a perfect lineup. You're hoping that he makes a mistake. Now it's just you got to decide whether or not you know you're going to sell the team because the fans are displeased. Cooper Cup, not a good move. Aging wide receiver, not as good as Puka Nacua. And yeah, it's just not the guy. 20 yards, that's like the least he's gotten ever. Van Jefferson's better than this guy. That's it, he's toast. But, oh, and your Eagles combined for, oh, not enough. Not 50 points. Great game by them. AJ Brown's legit. He is the guy. I don't want to hear no shit about he's not that much better than Rashid Shaheed. He is a little bit better than Rashid Shaheed, but he's better. He's better. Cooper Cup worse than AJ. Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry. The numbers don't lie, my guy. Check the scoreboard. Um, yeah, this team is good. Don't let the one whatever. There's two buy spots. You're just gonna have you're one game behind me and Max, who combined for 100 and 260 points. You put up 160 yourself. I know Kurtz is the only guy that really had buys here because his guys are injured, but Kyler's coming back, and we know he's going to make the right moves. So, now for the other guy that scored 168 out of nowhere, Avi Tasson. Very impressive game. I'm kidding. He had two guys that got all his points. This Kittle, why you hate when people flex tight ends? But this is just classic Ovi. Oh, when you should flex tight ends. Whatever nonsense. All right, Pittman's good, and Hopkins played well. What a start! That was a fantastic start. This team just went off. There's nothing to say about it. The running backs could do better. I mean, he started Chuba Hubbard. I don't know if he was trying to outsmart the system. Um, yeah, I don't know. But he has Levi's coming up, and Stafford and Russell Wilson, Darnold's Fields. These guys are all coming back. All we could make. It's not hard to make the playoffs. I mean, I haven't really done it. Mesh is going to have to strive to make the playoffs. I think he still has tie-break points. But the whole league's at like 4-4. It's kind of wild. And, yeah. Mahomes just doesn't show up. It's Mahomes and Kelsey are this whole team. Because like if you look at some of these other numbers that players are putting up, it was good enough to beat like a few of the bottom like the tank teams or the rebuilding teams. But just that extra 40 points from Mahomes Kelsey combined. I mean, at the end of the day, all that has to do is happen twice in playoffs, and you just have to sneak in. Doesn't matter who you're playing. But yeah, our rankings are looking interesting because I think I can't decide if I want to put Goldie or Kurtz on top. Even though Goldie has a record, Kurtz has the team. Just AJ Brown, Kyler Murray, Alvin Kamara, like these guys are unstoppable. Flawless team, even though he lost. But massive points in a loss. Um, let's see who should be sweating, who should be considering rebuilding. I would say we know the guys who are already rebuilding. I think Vic's gonna fight to the end, which I agree with. There's no reason to tank. There's no reason to rebuild in this league. If you miss the playoffs, then okay, you have an equal chance of getting first overall. So if you miss the playoffs by 1 game, or if you miss the playoffs by 10 games, it's the same thing. So why don't you just make the playoffs and then hope Travis Etienne has a 60-yard touchdown to send you over the limit? 18 point play. Like you're like, come on, what are you doing? Unless you're like completely injured, no reason to try to tank. But yeah, Victor is gonna have to. He could get picks. I think Victor is gonna, he's gonna surprise people with some trades he's gonna send out soon. He's gonna start offering picks. He's gonna start trading guys for picks, like we saw last year. But then he ended up just giving that back to Max, who got Bijan or someone else. I don't know who he got. Vic's gonna start making moves. That's my prediction. If I'm Mesh, I'm not worried. If I'm Ovi, I'm going like holy shit, I might win. And he's gonna start offering some crazy trades. I think now's when the trades happen. We're gonna see buys. People reading too much into it. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna keep winning by 20 points every week until the finals. That's my plan. Crawl into the playoffs and then hope for the best. Yeah, that's about it. Should we look at next week's matchups? I don't really care. Now we have this pre-cap item. Um, let's go quickly. I'm playing Kurtz. Yeah, we're not looking at these matchups. I think I also have a lot of buys. Oh, that's bad. Travis. Oh, Cortland. Yeah, this. Yeah, we're not gonna look. We'll just say 50-50, me versus Kurtz, because we don't know who's starting who. How it is. But yeah, that's about it. And hope you enjoyed. Max Boost Hype Chat. Take it to the course.